All right, we are live. Somebody give me a sound check, please. I will appreciate it. Sounds good. Thank you, Nisi. We shall proceed. Oh, good. You can hear the music. I found out how to do it. I got it on very soft, so hopefully it's all background. I'll probably turn it off, but if Mystic shows up, I have to play it. I just have to. All right, there. Turn the music off. Hello, GWR. How you doing today? Last week I hardly had, did I even have anything on my mail call? And then this week I got a bunch of stuff. So, a bunch. One of the things that arrived right after signed off, I had an order out with Midwest Model Railroad. They're in Independence, Missouri. They're the only ones I could find that had these. I recall I needed those for, let's look at this one. I needed it for the right side. Right there. So I got them in, and I've got them on. Notice they don't wrap all the way around. That's because the Chicago Main Post Office will go there on the right side. Hey, JB, how you doing? Got my railings. All my pavement work is done. Actually, Union Station is done, and the unveiling or debut will be on Tuesday's tip of the day. The other thing I got from Midwest Model Railroad was, oops, I dropped. All my railings came out. I just happened to see on one of their promos some hats. All right, so let's switch hats. I'll put that one up there. I'm gonna switch hats. Change cameras where you can see me. And there I am. That's Center Cab DCC. No, Center Cab is not DCC. The taxi cab, you mean? No. Good morning, cuz. I see a package is headed my way, due here tomorrow, which means it might get here later today. I think that cab there was an Athearn cab. So I was kind of excited to get this the hat, and then I noticed when I got here, it was it's a Yelsma Graphics, Denny Yelsma up in Jacksonville, Florida. He does a lot of advertising on what's neat, sweet. Well, mine, Joe, your Caboose stop arrived before mine. So it's only fair that my cousin Vinny's package arrives before yours. Probably won't. Probably he still probably will beat me. It was nice watching your unboxing, Joe. I got to see all the stuff you beat me out on. Oh, there he is. Here comes my co-host. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Steve and everybody.
All righty then. I just did the first unboxing, which I had got an order from Midwest Mile Railroad there in Independence, Missouri. And it was this hat and the railings I needed. Oh, crap. I did it again.
Well, the hat looks good. I'm going to have to go get my coffee, though. I'll be right back.
Okay. Fair enough. Hey, Alan.
Creamer. Yeah. And I bet you Wigwag was the first one in this morning.
I don't know. I thought it was let's see, who did I think it was? I thought it was Lynn. But Lynn's first post was at 9:33, and he was saying morning to Wigwag, but I don't show Wigwag being in.
Well, then Wigwag must have overslept or something then.
I guess.
Yeah.
I was late getting the stream set up.
Oh, good. Then I'm not too late.
No. I wasn't late starting the stream. I was late getting it set up.
Thank you.
So that's why your link was not as early as normal.
Very good. So the first unboxing was your railing and your hat.
Yep.
Very good.
From Midwest Mile Railroad. Okay, Wig 3Dub is saying he was first, but his comment disappeared.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure it was. I think he overslept.
Yeah. There's no evidence.
No, this is not my first cup of coffee. This is about my third, like yours.
Let's see. I had my first cup of coffee. It was about 3 o'clock this morning. 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that.
You're just weird. You go to sleep early and get up early.
Yep. I can't break the. I've been retired now for let's see, how many years? 5, 6, 7 years. I still wake up early.
Well, I've only been retired almost 11 months now. No, 5 months, 6 months. I have broken that habit. I didn't get up until 8 o'clock this morning.
Okay. Well, you had a little bit of help in that because you went and moved to the Midwest time zone, so there's an extra hour there.
Well,
so
yeah.
You're still waking up at 7 o'clock Eastern.
Well, that's true.
I know it's a bitch, isn't it, Benny? Benny, I mean, geez. Hey, Lee, how you doing?
Benny, how you doing today?
I got a package coming from him. Says Saturday, but I'm betting it was in Dallas yesterday.
I've got to say that Vinny's cleaning up the layout area has inspired me to clean mine up. So see, Vinny, you do.
What's to clean up?
Oh, it was a mess. I couldn't even work on anything because I had too much stuff setting up there.
Well, that's probably why you couldn't get anything done, too.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I didn't get as much done this week as I had hoped to, but I did get another piece of track in, and I got the roadbed laid for all my turnouts for my roundhouse and my engine service yard.
Did you get the hole cut for the roundhouse? I mean, for the turntable?
I did. You helped me cut that.
Oh, it's the same board? Okay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right. All right.
Same board. Yeah, same hole. In fact,
Same hole.
yes.
Well, I know it's right then.
Well, I hope. I hope. Wigwag
Yeah.
just posted a video about cleaning up the workshop. Yeah.
Yeah, and I put a comment to him. What's the clean up? Geez, I mean his dirty one was more organized than my clean one. So
Yeah. Though I've still got boxes setting under the layout that are from moving that I haven't unpacked yet.
Well, at least you found your DCC.
Yes.
System.
Yeah. Yeah. It was the last place I looked too.
Hey, Bernard. I want Mystic to show up because I want to. I figured something out, John.
What'd you figure out? I hear it over my headset.
Comes through now, right?
Yes.
You can even crank it up.
Oh.
Well, 2 or 3, 3 or 4, whatever weeks ago, Mystic was giving me hell about my music. All right. So now we banter back and forth. So I want him to come on so I can play that for him.
Yeah. Yeah, Vinny did it. It's all Vinny's fault.
No, it's.
I know Heath, but yeah.
Blame Heath. Hey, Dwight, how you doing, buddy? How's that Illinois weather up there? Nice and cold, I bet. Actually, I can tell you what it is.
Well,
or at least close to where you are.
It's a whopping 40 degrees here in Middle Tennessee.
In suburban Chicago, it is 32 degrees with a high today of only 34.
I think we're supposed to get up into the 50s. The sun's shining, scattered clouds. It's actually beautiful outside.
I'm gonna make everybody mad. I get my air conditioner on.
Yeah, you got to pay those high bills, though.
Yeah, well, I'll suffer. Hey, Eagle Creek. It's still too cold for me, Joe. You know, I'd have a hard time moving north of I-10, I think.
Yeah, I think you would. But I'm getting used to it. This is my second winter here, so.
You know, I moved the family from San Antonio to Oklahoma City, and that wasn't too bad. You know, we'd have some icy days and maybe snow once or twice a year. It wasn't too bad. But I moved the family from Dallas, Texas to southern Wisconsin. The day we moved in, minus 20 degrees. Cheryl was not happy, being the South Texas girl she is, or was.
Vinny's saying he's just north of I-10. Well, he's also...
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're also in Phoenix, so...
Yeah, Arizona's a little different, I-10 wise.
Let's rephrase this. I'd have a hard time moving north of I-10, right, east of the Rockies. Although, you know, if you probably got a 50-mile buffer zone there or something, because we lived like 2 miles north of I-10 when we lived in San Antonio. So
Be right back again. Another coffee.
I-40 would probably be the absolute furthest north. Again, with that little buffer. Problem is, it depends if you're in the hills. You know, if you're on the plains, yeah, you get a lot of wind, but the streets are straight as can be. All right, with not a whole lot of hills. Get, in the hills of Tennessee. Yeah, that's California land. It's the Rockies.
Okay, that's my 4th cup, and that finishes the pot. So this is it.
So John and I were having a discussion earlier in the week because I had gone to Ace Hardware. And at Ace Hardware, I was looking for one thing. I was running dangerously low on my blast truck. Both orange and white. And even my Tamiya, extra thin, I was running low. And before I get into the next stage of Chicago, I needed to make sure I had some kind of supply. So I went up to Hobbytown, USA, or where Hobbytown, USA used to be, because it's only about 10 miles away. The other 2 hobby stores, one is Zitnick's, where John used to live right by it, and the other is down in Sarasota, Gulf Coast Mile Railroad. They're an hour away from me. I didn't really want to drive all that far, so went up to Hobbytown, and
so
not there
hey,
anymore.
Steve.
Yes.
So you miss your delivery guy from Pinellas County.
I do. I'd tell John, run by Zitnick's and pick this, and this up for me. Because then John would come here either Saturday or Sunday every weekend, and to run trains. So he'd bring me everything I needed. So and that was pretty cool. So anyway, I needed something, and I remember reading on the label, all right, of one of these, what it contained. Dichloromethane, which is, I think the other one says it. Oh, the other one says it better. Methyl ethyl ketone. Well, methyl ethyl ketone, and somebody had mentioned it to me, probably somebody on this group, is MEK. And I said, I need something, and you can't buy MEK here, but they have MEK substitute. So went to Ace Hardware, and one of these little bottles. John, how much did you want to tell everybody how much you paid for one of these here recently? 'Cause I know, but go ahead and tell them.
$14.95.
$15 for one of these. Okay.
And at Zitnick's, they're $5.
Right. If you want to drive that far.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to drive that far now.
And these are 2 ounces, 2 ounce bottle. So what? It's let's say $6. 2 ounces is what, $3 an ounce? No, yeah, $3 an ounce is what you paid.
Yes.
Okay. At Zitnick's.
Yes.
Now
And
you pay,
$7 an ounce online, or $7.50 an ounce.
yeah, delivered. Okay, so I bought a quart of MEK substitute, and this is $15, 32 ounces. Okay, $15. Needless to say, it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Exactly. Well, the Plastruck, yeah, it's. I would make a guess that it is the orange one at least is primarily MEK. So I told John, I said, $15, I'm gonna try it out, and so I did, and it works great.
Well, then just save your
Hey,
plastic.
$14 for a gallon today, Bernard, because Lowe's has the gallons, but they're $39 for the gallon at Lowe's. So, but anyway, this is substitute, okay, and it still works.
So just save your little Plastruck bottles, and you can get that in there.
That's exactly what I did.
Very good.
And because I like the brush applicator in these bottles. Okay. So I'll be doing a tip of the day on that. You guys just get the early version. So as long as I was there, I also needed some quick setting CA. And anyway, so I found some Gorilla super glue that is 10 second. So I picked up some of that. And I also picked up some gel. So I have restocked my adhesives, which I needed desperately to do, because I've got, as I'm going to, hang on a second, I'm going to flip cameras around here. Let's go to this camera. Ow, ow, ow. I'm getting old. So, I got Union Station, which is, John's seen it. It's done. I did add some trees though, John, down here.
Okay.
So I got to review some of the slides I sent to you. So the station's done, and it has the full interior. There's some little stuff I still want to add to the interior, like some wooden phone booths, as an example, and some other little things around. But I've got two glass train sheds, one to go over the south platforms, one to go over the north platforms to do. I've got to get the ITLA Chicago L kit and expansion for over here. I still have some background buildings to line the scene divider up with. I've got the Chicago, I got two of Walther's post office kits, all right, so that I can kit bash it into one big Chicago main post office where the Congress Expressway runs right through the center of it. So I got that to do. That background build, yeah, I got all that to do yet. Okay, plus more people. All right, go figure. The interior is pretty hustle and bustle. It's the exterior still need more hustle and bustle. Some of that I can't do until I get some of those background buildings built and so forth.
And Steve Vinny posted that he may not have a live stream tonight. His cameras aren't working right.
Oh no, cuz.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Will you have a premiere tomorrow, cuz? Yeah, I know that feeling. Heavy industrial, mostly gold mines. All heavy equipment. Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
So his layout should be paying him each month. Shouldn't cost him a thing with all those gold mines.
Yeah, really.
What's the matter, Joe? The Chinese figures are ugly?
Oh, well, my next mail call, might as well get right into that one. I got from China. Ding, ding, ding. On eBay, I found one. Typically the well painted are, you get 40, 50 for 10, 15 bucks. The not so well painted, you may get 100 for 10, 15 bucks. Well, I found 300 for 10 bucks. Half gallons. Okay. But anyway, I got 300. So these just arrived from China, and they all have to be repainted. But I mean,
Yeah.
they're the same. They're the same poses as, in other words, the same molds as the well painted Chinese ones. So it's just a matter of painting them. So, which won't be too bad, just very time consuming.
Well, my problem when I'm painting figures is I have to have at least 5 or 6 colors on each figure.
Yeah, me too. I just line the colors up and just do an assembly line. I'll paint a bunch. The same color. Some will have pants that color. Some will have shirts that color. Some will have coats that color. Then I switch and another color and just keep doing it that way. And eventually you work your way through them all.
Well, I plan on my railroad workers I've already painted. Cat, get out of here. Go up there. I'm going to use some of them as my conductor and engineer in my engines.
Yeah, I don't have any that. I don't think there's any in here that work for that. But there's a lot of businessman poses and a lot of train traveler poses. There's guys, with their arm up, hailing a cab. Guys in trench coats with briefcases. So I mean, and that's what I want. All right, because that's what would be common at Union Station. So the poses are right. I can correct the painting, but I can't correct poses.
Looks like JB doesn't like painting figures either.
I didn't say anybody likes it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm down to where I have to wear something like this to paint figures now.
I was, what was it, about a month or two ago? John was painting pictures, and every time I talked to him, he's still not painting pictures, painting people. And every time I talked to him for 2 weeks, you're painting people.
Yeah, that's what I said last week when I got my next pack out to paint. It was the same figures as the ones I just painted, and I was not going to do that again.
Hopefully, these will be the last ones I have to paint. Hopefully.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I still have others that are already painted left over from that are different poses than what I want here. Now, I may want if I'm painting anymore, it's specialty ones from MiniPrints. All right, JB, have a good lunch. Yeah, Anthony, there's a lot of wisdom in that. A lot of wisdom in that.
Well, and I've paid as much as $10 for 2 engineers. and
Yeah.
the pre-painted ones. But they're the ones I'm going to use in my steam engines that you can see
See.
from the back side.
Right.
For my diesel engines, where I'm going to cut off half of them, I'll just use the railroad workers, the ones that have the baggage handler and I don't can't remember what you call him, the guy that runs the platform, probably the conductor off the passenger train. But
Yeah.
those can be cut pretty good and just set inside the engines, and you'll still
I
at
got I
least.
gotta laugh. I gotta laugh, John, because Anthony did a video about amputee amputee figures about
Yes.
5 months ago. So
Uh, but they'll work fine for inside engines because you don't really see them. You can tell that something is there, but
even on my bi-level commuter cars, all right, all those most of those people are all amputees. I just take my little side cuts and snip, snip, snip.
well, even the seated figures just still don't fit in there correctly because
Oh, I know,
there's never room for their legs.
right?
I did see one pack on eBay that was seated figures, but they didn't have any legs.
All right, cuz you hopefully you're on tonight. We'll be waiting.
Yeah, Vinny, I don't know what I'm gonna do on a Friday night if you're not on to watch.
I don't know what I'm going to do in the wee hours of Saturday. I'm always asleep. I have every good intention of staying up for the 8 o'clock streams every night. Okay, every night. Unfortunately, I'm typically waking up in my recliner at about 10 minutes to 9. So snowing. Ugh, snow is a four-letter word.
Well, Steve, did you get anything on Caboose Stop Hobbies this
I
Wednesday night?
I this last Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Not sure. If I did, it's a vehicle. I think. Not
Well,
sure. Hell, Joe probably knows. Joe tracks my winnings better than I do.
my problem is, I have to watch it on my cell phone, and there's no way I can watch and see what's on there. And
Well, see, I'm watching on the big screen, and I'm typing on my cell phone.
yeah, but when you see it on the screen, your cell phone's already behind.
No,
No?
in my case, my cell phone is ahead of what's on the screen.
Oh, okay.
So I'm using the sound off of screen, but I'm watching the cell phone and the numbers. And my strategy, and a lot of people's strategy, is you're hoping that Ian, you know, varies that camera off to the right just a little bit so you can see the numbers coming up and bid before he actually shows them. I bid on a few, but I didn't. I think I only got one, Joe. I think you're still mad at me for the bus from about 6 months ago that I beat you out on. There was, what did I see? There was a C and EI piece of rolling stock. John.
Yeah, I missed that.
But somebody bid on it before I could even think of bidding on it.
It was probably a black gondola. Don't get me wrong, I got plenty of those, but I can always use more.
What about covered guns?
I probably have 8 of them. Which
you probably have 9 now.
oh,
You'll have an unboxing next week.
okay, very good. I hope maybe next week I can have another unboxing. I still need to order turnouts from Micro Engineering. kind of waiting on that. Being retired, my finances are getting a little low at this time of the month.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
So
Actually,
yeah,
my second pension's supposed to kick in next month.
yeah, I may have to get a part-time job to supplement my addiction to train hobby.
Yeah.
Hey, be as it may,
Yep.
at least I can see what I'm spending my money on.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
About everything else, you never see it.
So, you asked about Caboose Stop. I did get my last month's shipment in, and it's nothing compared to Joe's. Joe got a bunch of stuff in, and the first thing I got was something. This is one of those classic examples. All right. Of you probably should have waited for the description before you bid on it, Steve. And here's what it is. So, I see that off on the side, and looking like a neat truck. So I immediately type in 132. Okay. And it arrives.
And it's only the flatbed.
It's only the flatbed. Oh well.
Well, Steve, I do have a truck that would fit on.
Send it down. So that was a bad move. Didn't need it.
Hey, who knows? Maybe you'll win one next month that it's just the truck and the chassis, and you can put that flatbed on it.
Yeah. And Joe, that's the way I normally do it. It's 2 months worth. But this box is only a month's worth, and that's fine. The way Carolyn was talking about people getting a hold of them and all that kind of stuff, and I've never been on one of their bad boy lists, but and when I called to settle up, Keith kept saying, "Well, Steve, you don't have very much. You can wait another month." I said, "No. I want to go ahead and get settled up, and then, I don't want to be on the bad boy list." So anyway, the next item. All right, it's another one of those that we'll see how it turns out. But it's another one of those, you see the picture of it, and you go ahead and hurry up and bid on it. So, and this is a hollow resin kit. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. We'll take a look at it.
The picture looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't look bad at all. All right. This will be a fun little one. It's all there. It's not just a bed.
Oh. Hey, you're moving up there now.
Yeah. I'm 1-1. So I like that one. That's a keeper. Then okay. Now this is one I don't understand. It's a 67 Plymouth. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you can read it. 67 Plymouth.
Uh-huh.
Now, it's officially licensed by General Motors.
Which means it costs more.
For $5, I don't care. All right, so I got that one. This one's a little bit out of the era, but when it comes to pickup trucks, really can tell. This is a 72 Chevy.
Yeah, a little new for me, but
it's 72, 62. Who cares? They got a cab and a box. I mean, a cab and a bed, right?
Yeah.
Then This one's way out of my era, but I had to have it for sentimental reasons. This is from Walther's. Iowa State Police Car, Highway Patrol.
Maybe he's coming to Chicago for a convention.
No, he's going to be chasing. It's going to be my Iowa version of Smokey and the Bandit. Iowa State Cyclone. Right.
Is that one new?
No, I've had this for ages. Ages. So, anyway, I'll put him probably crossing the bridge over at Aurora. And then move the Fleming truck over to the bakery where that one is. So, yeah, 98 Crown Vic in 1960, the mid 60s. Now, what else is in here?
Well, maybe it couldn't be your Back to the Future scene.
Yeah. And then one other item. Can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah. Okay. This I just got last week. It's a Burlington double door boxcar.
Nice.
So, blue box. And I
Yeah,
didn't have any Burlington double box. So, I can add it down here to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other pieces of rolling stock I got to build. So that was all my Caboose stop for the month. Not much. I mean, it was only I think $45 for total plus the shipping. Shipping was a little more per item because there wasn't many items. It's all my Caboose stop stuff. So you didn't get anything this week?
No, I didn't put any orders this week, so maybe next week.
Okay.
I do have to find those PVC sheets that you had and order them, but I need
Put the
to
link
find...
up last week.
I know, but my link took me to one where it charged for shipping, so I got to find the Prime one.
Oh.
So.
Huh.
Joe said his was $106 worth.
That would still be cheap for 2 months worth, Joe. My last 2 months worth was like $225. Gotta whisper that because the wife's home. That was that big hell. Box is bigger than my box, Joe, and costs half as much. What's with that? You should be getting a box. Well, hell, I can ask Cheryl. Hang on. Ow. Oof. I'm a little tad stiff this morning. Where'd you go? Honey, you home? Honey? I swear I heard her. Guess not. Or that, or she went outside. Ooh. We were at the dog park the other night. Dogs were playing roughhousing, and all of a sudden they backed into me and twisted my left hip. So now ooh, that's a lot, Bernard. Must have bought a lot of stuff. Well, mine has gone down dramatically because I really don't need any more rolling stock. I don't need any more engines. I got plenty of engines. Now here again, she go back outside or did she come in? Well, she's there. What's John's package arrival date? You know? I just whenever.
Well, now I did have one purchase last week, but it's not train related.
What's that?
A nice
Ooh.
little 22 hour.
What, honey?
124.
What?
Here's the tracking number and everything.
124 what?
The date that the package
Oh, okay.
arrived.
John, 124. So Tuesday you should have a package, but
Okay,
You can
very
use-
good.
you can unbox on Friday, and I'll send you the tracking number.
Bernard, $500 worth? Boy, you were really spending it there.
He was a splurging. Hey, hi.
You know, I think they do pretty well with their little broadcasts. I bet you that really brings in a lot of money to their shop.
Oh man, when I first started going there, it's been a year now at least. Yeah, Rick Bailey was the one that turned me onto it, and there'd be like anywhere from 30 to 50 people. Now it's upwards 150, 200 people on the Wednesday night. That's just HO, let alone what they do for O scale and N scale. And I just sent you the tracking number.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We do have packages lost up here all the time.
Sure. The I had to stop sending stuff via the U.S. Post Office, important documents, because they lost a bill of sale that was time sensitive and a title to a vehicle that was time sensitive. So, well, welcome back, JB.
Bernard, your wife's getting into Engage. Well, at least she likes trains.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dear wife, before she passed away, was starting to enjoy watching train videos with me, and she was interested in what I was doing on the layout and would actually point out things to me when we went to a hobby shop to buy.
Yeah.
It's something like a mind control thing. If you make them watch all the videos, they start liking it.
The post office second worst in Maryland. Well, I always, it's funny because stuff will make it to Tampa and then it'll go, I've had stuff make it to Tampa and then go to Denver. I've had to go to Louisville. I've had to go to Dallas. I had something go, make it to St. Pete. Now keep in mind, it makes it to St. Pete, which is just across the bay. And it makes it there, and then went to where was it? Salt Lake City.
I had one package, Steve, that went to Anchorage, Alaska before it came to me in St. Pete.
Where was it coming from?
It was coming from either California or Washington State. One of the two.
I can see something from China going to Anchorage, but
No, this went from wherever it was on the West Coast. It went to Tampa and then went back to Alaska and then back to St. Pete.
What I find funny is the stuff that made it to St. Pete and then went to Salt Lake. It had to come through Tampa, all right, to get to St. Pete.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Well, that's nice that you have a small one you can take with you, Bernard. I don't think us HO guys would do too good with that.
Well, I can't see HO, let alone a 10.
Yeah, again, back to anything I do, it's these now.
Yep, I hear you, Lynn. FedEx or UPS. So, never had anything. Well, yeah, I did. Just those important documents. But I've had stuff misdirected, but I've never had any of my railroad stuff lost.
I've thought about doing an N-gauge layout that I could put underneath my center peninsula, which was 4x8, so that'd be a pretty good size N-gauge layout. And I have seen CNEI engines and freight cars on eBay.
I'm surprised. I see a lot, actually, on different, videos and stuff. Even, people's run-bys and stuff. Hey, Chasco, how you doing, buddy? You gotta love this weather today, don't you, Chasco? I'm assuming your air conditioning's on up in your place too. Chasco's in Orlando area.
Yeah, I keep my heat turned down and then I wear a nice sweatshirt inside. And I'm comfortable. And my electric bill is very low.
So yeah, that's one thing nice about Tennessee. Tennessee Valley Authority manages all the water and electric for the state. Yep. It is rather inexpensive. Chasco says it's gorgeous outside.
Yesterday we were in probably about 63, but the wind was blowing. Oh, it's tropical storm winds, Steve. So you know what that is. I mean, it's constant. And I actually got a little bit of a wind burn from.
See, wind has never bothered me. After living in Oklahoma for 10 years, wind just doesn't, it was a way of life every day in Oklahoma. If you didn't have wind in Oklahoma, all right, something was wrong.
Well, and that's the way I am here. I'm on a hilltop on top of the mountain, so I have wind 95% of the time. There's very few times it's still here.
Which makes it nice in the summer.
Yes, and since I've been here, I've heard one mosquito. It didn't even land on me. I just heard it. So that's a big plus. And I don't have sand spurs. Another big plus.
I don't know what sand spurs are.
They stick to you, thorns. You know what you know what sand spur is.
No, we call them something else.
Oh.
Cheryl calls them something I don't know.
Oh, they're
sand. You're talking about those little green things?
Yeah, that hurt very badly. Yeah.
They hurt them very badly.
They hurt. Not the ones that are flat, Steve, that stick to you. These have spurs like spikes on them. Sand spur.
Huh.
You haven't lived in Florida long enough if you haven't known what a sand spur is.
I'm sure I do. It's just we're calling them different things. Prickly pricks. That's what I would call them, Steve.
Yeah, sand spurs in Florida. Bernard, you got... Oh, no problem. Okay. He's got snow at his place. And his brother has a mountain of snow.
That surprised me, JV. I thought power companies were required to buy anything extra you generate. Here.
Hmm.
Yeah, the jumping cactus. What it is, they don't jump though, Lynn. What they just seem to. And the reason being, you can see the thorns, and then they have such a fine filament that comes off of them, and you can be like an inch and a half away, and that filament hits you, and you end up pulling the thorn into your hand or foot or whatever on those jumping cactus.
I don't think I've ever seen one, but
Well,
why
my
not?
Wiggy, my Irish setter, when she gets out, she heads immediately to the conservation zone, which is nothing but trees and briar patch, and she comes back just covered. I had to go in and get her one time. She just laid down out there in the swamp, and she'd run herself to a tizzy, and I had to go in and get her. Oh man, I looked like Edward Scissorhands had gotten a hold of me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you told us about
He did,
that.
yeah, he told us about that last week, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe Tuesday during
It,
the premiere.
yeah, that
I mean,
was. It was what, 3 engines went off?
Right. Avalanche.
Yeah.
They are nasty, Lynn. I was golfing up in Wiggum, Arizona, and hit one off the fairway. You walk off the fairway, and I mean it's like a 15 degree difference because the grass of the fairway keeps the fairway cooler than you walk out into the desert and all that cactus and stuff. I got into some of that crap. It was not fun. All right, you can stop with the scientific names. Jumping cactus works for everybody, okay? Or jumping cholla. Well, let's see. What's my next tidbit from? Let's go with this one. This one's all the way from Toronto.
Would that be a MiniPrints?
It would. It's my mini print. My mini print of the month. So let's see what's in this month's outlook. Oh, another peanut butter lid. It's got to have at least one mini print item. Oh, okay. It's not going to do me well for Chicago, but it's August. My layout's in August. But there's a Zamboni, a snowmobile, 2 toboggans. Oh, and a couple Clydesdale draft horses and St. Bernard dogs carrying brandy barrels. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let's pull them out. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they look good.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody had their month's MiniPrints delivery, and they showed that it had the Clydesdale in there.
Well, okay. Well, here's the 2 toboggans and Sparky. I think it's Sparky. And a snowmobile. And then here's the Zamboni.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what a Zamboni is, John?
Yes, I do. It's for resurfacing skating rinks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Didn't know if you knew or not.
Yes. Remember, I did live in Indiana for a while.
Yeah, not very long though.
You know.
Hmm.
But I occasionally watch ice skating.
Okay.
My wife made me do it. So
Yeah. But we need more gun control, Bernie. And enforce the laws they have.
that's the main thing, enforcing laws that are on the book. I don't agree we need more gun control because I am a gun owner, but I'm a responsible gun owner. There's a difference.
Yep.
And here in Tennessee, we're an open carry state. That sort of reduces the amount of shootings.
I walked into a restaurant in Oklahoma City one day, and I started looking around, and I swear to God, my wife and I were the only ones not packing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there you go, Joe. Gun control. Use both hands.
Yeah. And the proper, your one thumb should be under the other thumb, so you're using both hands for control. A lot of people overlap the left hand thumb over the right. That's not good. But I remember seeing a video one time. Some people came in to rob a restaurant, just like you were talking about, Steve. Turns out this restaurant was for cops.
Huh?
So they pull their guns up and try to rob it, and everybody in the restaurant stands up with their piece and points it at them. That stops stuff.
Len, if they arrive, I'll shoot you a text. Yeah, I got my concealed carry permit too, JB.
And I'll probably be getting mine up here also, but I'd only carry a gun when I'm out on my property because of rats and snakes and maybe the occasional neighbor cat. But
I keep mine with me when I travel. That's about it. But you still have to watch out for differences in state laws.
That's true.
And I took my concealed carry class. Instructor told a story about a shooting contest up in New York State, and as people arrived and claimed their luggage and stuff, they had a list of who all had declared firearms when they checked on. So wanted to see the contestants' firearms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, New York had a law, and I forget what it is, like 9 or 10 rounds is all you can have in a magazine or something like that. And here these guys are all packing 12, 15 round clips. So they all got arrested. And that was the last time they had that series of contests in New York State. So
Yeah, Joe, my 1911 would be a little bit hard to conceal also. But it is my primary.
I've got a SIG SP 2022 9mm. Just kind of a medium-sized one. You can conceal it. Magazines. You are right, Jared. You're absolutely right. There is a difference.
Yes, there is.
No permit needed anymore in Iowa? Wow, okay. Anyway, I got one more.
Okay.
One more item. The other thing I ran out of when I was working on Union Station and is streetlights. So I had to order some more streetlights. And I need 2 right away. And the others are maybe needed. Because I don't know over behind me where the L platform is. I think I'll just have bulbs, LEDs not bulbs, LEDs underneath it to light up the street underneath the L platform instead of street lights. But we'll see. We'll see how stuff works. But I needed 2. Ow. For over here. I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing or not.
Yes.
Okay. Needed 2 for over there. So I got a pack of 10 because I'm going to need some for the suburban scene that fits above my desk here too. So, and like I said, I try to keep certain things in stock so that when I get around to them or I get a hair up my butt, supplies I need.
Steve, would an LED strip work better for your L platform?
No, because I think they'd be too close together.
Okay.
The way it'll be is the max would be 3 bulbs and maybe just 2, because you think about it, it'd be at the corners. Well, there'd be a corner down here and a corner up here. I may put one intermediate underneath just because it's underneath.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I got to get the ITLA L kit first. All right, Wiggy. Well, don't forget Anthony Dodge at 3:30.
And don't forget that Vinny's not sure if he goes live or not tonight.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't finish reading it all. Sorry. Yeah. Slap the dummy in the peanut gallery.
That's why there's 2 of us, right?
Yeah. This moment.
I'm disappointed Mystic didn't show up. So I'm going to have to do this just to do it again. I know everybody misses my music. I figured out how to add it to the live stream. Oh my! That's a shame, Jared. Start over. Turn that down some.
Sorry, I had a phone call.
Oh, that's okay. It happens.
Yeah. My other Steve, my Steve from up here, was calling. You can never have enough Steves.
That's true. That's true. It used to be all there were Johns. And all of a sudden there started becoming more and more Steves.
Well, you can never have enough Johns either. I saw John.
That's true. Especially if you have to use one.
Oh, it was Joe's statement. He's got his grandfather's 1911 for World War One and his dad's from World War II. That's
wow.
A nice collection.
He's got a 1911.
Yeah, yeah. Mine's a 1999 1911 A1. So
here's one for you. When was the 1911 developed?
When?
Uh-huh.
It was developed during the Spanish-American War in the Philippines because the indigenous Filipinos would get drunk on this juice they produced, and the officers who were carrying 38s, it wouldn't drop them. So they developed, actually it was, first one was the 1907 was developed, and then went on to the 1911.
Yeah, but 1911 was actually developed, if memory serves, 1909. But
Well,
it didn't go into production, mass production, until 1911.
Yes, but if you look at the 1907, it looks just like a 1911.
Hey, JB, not too many states where that's magazine is allowed. You know, my 15 round mags are, I think there's 5 states you can't do.
What I figure, if you need 15 rounds to fire, you're not a good shot. So I have 7 in mine.
I got 2 15 round clips. I got 2 10 round clips.
Yeah.
Magazines, excuse me. I think that's all of my stuff. Stuff. I gotta clean up my piece of glass. I got my glue gun. I'll tell you what. I'll say it again. The making trees. You know, you can go look at most of my trees, and if you look underneath them, all the foliage, foam is, you know, it falls off. And I used spray glue adhesive. I used hairspray on them. But stuff still falls off. Since I started using, when I make trees now, okay, I will use hot glue gun for the clump foliage onto the armature. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then I will take some ground foam, and typically I use the dark green clump foliage, and then I will use light green ground foam, and I will use a spray adhesive and sprinkle on the light green ground foam, and then I will seal it with my matte clear off of my airbrush.
Airbrush, yes.
Yeah, and I started doing that about a year ago when I built the Chicago lakefront, and there's no noticeable ground foam falling off of any of those trees.
And which spray adhesive are you using?
I use the 3M 45.
Okay.
And the reason being, I found that better than the 75 or 90. 75 or 90 gets real thick,
Mm.
whereas the 45 is a thinner, so it doesn't clump up on the trees as bad. So, but I just did these 4 little trees in front of Union Station. They look, I'm happy with them.
Very good.
So. I'll never understand why the military went to 9 mils.
No, they went to that Beretta in I think it was early '90s,
Right.
and I don't understand that either. Now I got to admit, my 1911 when I was in Germany,
Uh-huh.
I could take it and shake it, and the slide would slosh around on the receiver section because it was from the Korean War. So
I still have to take my M1 carbine apart and rework it. It's not right.
yeah, I love my M1 carbine, man. My M1 Grand.
Now, my son and I went together, and both we own each own half of an M1 Grand.
Mm.
Now, for the record, that's a clip.
Yes, that is a clip, a 7-round clip.
Is it 7?
Yes, but I've also got the 5-round clip, so I can take it hunting. It was a
Why
special.
would you need a 5-round clip for that?
5 rounds is the maximum you can have in a semi-automatic rifle for hunting. At least it was in Florida. I'm not sure what it is here in Tennessee.
Yeah, you're not in Florida anymore, Toto. Tennessee, it doesn't matter. You know, you still have waterfowl restrictions on a shotgun, having a 3 round magazine for shotguns to hunt waterfowl or pheasant for that matter. And but for a rifle, I'm not aware of in Tennessee or Texas, either one.
Yeah, I've got the rule book. I just haven't read it all yet. Oh,
you know, Joe, it's funny because the 45 it does pack a wallop and does hell of a damage, and then you see in the movies, of course, it's the movies, it's Hollywood. These guys getting hit with Tommy guns with multiple shots on them, and they're still alive. All right.
yeah.
All right, I guess I can curb the music. That music was dedicated to John Mystic Railroad. All right. It's because most of the bullets miss. No, they had, and that's true, but they still have multiple shots in them.
Yes, I've seen that in the movie, and of course, Thompson submachine gun shoots 45s. And then on our tanks, we also would carry 2 M3A1 submachine guns, which also shot the 45 APC.
What were they again?
M3A1 submachine gun. They were also called grease guns because they.
Oh yeah.
They look like a grease gun.
Yeah, they were stamped metal.
Yes.
They could mass produce them real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I did get to fire one of those when I was in. Of course, they were just a secondary weapon, so we didn't fire them all the time. But in basic training, we had to learn to fire all the weapons that were associated with our MOS. So M3A1 submachine gun was one of them.
Yeah, the Grand's an awesome long gun because it's a 30-06 round. So.
And my M1 Grand is from World War
Although
II. Shoots.
You have to modify the gas valve on them to shoot standard 30-06 shells of today.
I haven't had any problem with that.
You're probably not firing it very often either.
No, you can't afford it. That's why I bought the little 22 semi-automatic, because you can shoot it all day and not spend much money. But I did try to buy rat shot for it. Both gun stores I've been to said they haven't been able to get rat shot for a year and a half.
Huh. M8 Deuce, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, M2 machine gun. Ma Deuce. That was its nickname. They were developed in World War I and then have been used by the U.S. military all the rest of the time. They're still one of the best machine guns ever produced.
I was out in Salt Lake City, and as same company, warehouse manager out there, went out to lunch, and he said he needed to stop by the gun store. It's work being done to rifles before elk season. And so we went in there, and they had, and this, keep in mind, this is like 1991. They had BARs in there for a reasonable price, like, $300 back, in the 90s. It wasn't cheap, but it certainly wasn't very expensive. And I got about this close to buying one, but then I was out of state, and it would have been just a pain. He could have bought it.
Was that the semi-automatic version, or was it
BAR? Yes. Yeah. Well, no, they're not full auto. You got to have a license for that.
License for that, yeah.
Right. So anyway, but I mean, it was Army surplus BAR, just remodified not to go full auto.
Yeah.
So.
And the BAR was also developed in World War I.
Is it in World War I or post-war?
It was World War I.
I don't know.
Sergeant York used one to take out a whole trench line of Germans with the BAR.
Uh-huh.
Browning automatic rifle.
All right, Jared, have fun with those. I got about 9 under here you can come down and work on. They need to be put together before you can weather them, though.
But, yeah, I think we've diverged from trains and went to weapons, which is okay with me. I enjoy both. My primary collection is older military guns and black powder guns.
Yeah, I know. You showed them to me that one day. They were pretty cool. Pretty cool. Most of mine, other than my handgun, I got both handguns here. I got a 38 special and my SIG, my M1 carbine here. My Benelli shotgun, automatic shotgun, and my Winchester 30-06, and then my half of the Grand or my son's house. So. There you go, Jared. I think we all can list Carol as a dependent when it comes tax season. Think the IRS would buy that?
I don't know. Putting them together, working on them, weathering them, that's all part of the fun.
It is. I'm so busy with the layout. I haven't done much of that. I've weathered 2 cars, I think, just because they were so shiny. One was a cheap Tyco stock car, but I kind of liked it. And then once I got done weathering it, hey, I like this. And the other was a Burlington box car that It was real shiny, and I fixed it, weathered it. So
Well,
those are
you
the
know,
only ones I've weathered.
most of them like that, Steve. All you got, hit them with dull coat, and
Yeah.
uh,
Hit it with dull coat, and then airbrush a little gray along the bottom at an angle. That, it makes them look dusty, dirty on the bottom and across the roof a little bit, maybe. And and for a stock car, they're wood, so you're not going to have much rust on it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I like weathering my buildings, some more than others.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, well, let's wrap this thing up, John.
Okay.
You'll have an unboxing for next week for sure, and
Okay. Very good.
I'll have a couple because I got a package coming from Lynn and a package coming from cousin Vinny. So.
And Bernard, I love the smell of black powder smoke in the morning.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. It smells like victory. For you younger folks, that's Robert Duvall, Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, an Apocalypse Now. Yeah. What a weird movie.
The first half of that movie was pretty darn good.
Yeah.
All right, but after he left the Playboy USO show.
Mm-hmm.
It got weird after that.
Yeah.
Weird. It taking that second half of that movie and just.
Rick, good. Have a good day.
Thanks, John. Y'all have a great afternoon, and don't forget Anthony Dodge is at 3:30 Eastern, and hopefully cousin Vinny will be on tonight. If not, I think there's a couple others that go on.
I think there's one later.
Yeah, the second section tonight, or is it? No, it's Twin Cities. Either Twin Cities or second section. One of the others on Fridays, and the others on like Mondays or whatever, Tuesday. I don't know. They're both good. So, alrighty then.
Okay, have a good day, everybody.
Thanks for joining us and helping me out.
No problem.
Y'all have a great day. Bye, all.